Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Neon Souls. Thank you for joining us this lovely Friday evening, Saturday morning, whatever time it might be for you out there. I don't know where all the time zones go, but welcome. And thanks for joining us. We are here to play some Cypher System. If you haven't caught us before, we've been doing this for a little while. Cyberpunk fair in space near the moon, and we're getting into some cool heist, fight the power kind of civil unrest sort of drama here now. So I hope you enjoy it. If you watched our trailer before our show here today, you can see all of the stuff that we have going on here on GGK. Our next stream after this one, if you like what you see here today, come join us tomorrow. It's Saturday at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. We'll be here for Saturday night's Star Power. We're going to be playing Overarms, and I run that game too. So definitely, if you enjoy the way that I run things here, you'll probably enjoy that there, because it's much the same, meaning complete bullshit. You can also join us throughout the next week for all sorts of other shows, including games like Monster of the Week, and I believe this is a Good Society week, and we're gonna have some Land of Eam on Tuesdays. If you want to learn more about any of those shows, you can head over to our Twitter, get updates on when we're going to be going live, look at our schedule here on Twitch, or join our Discord, and you can talk to us and ask questions about all things we're doing. I am going to stop talking for a minute, and I'm going to let my lovely players here introduce themselves and talk about all the fun things that they are up to, and then we'll get going. Starting with GB.
Graybeard of Graybeard's Tavern, and tonight I like to read it off the sheet. I'm playing Klaxon, who is a mechanical exploring drone jockey who builds robots with technology. That's it for me, GB.
And I'm Morgan, also known as Imagine Matrix, and tonight I'm playing Clarity, who is a creative hacker who works the system with technology.
Hello, everyone. I'm Savvy. I'm at Savvy Seaworth on the internets. I won't do a rundown of my schedule because it's the schedule of a madwoman. You can find it on my Twitter. Tonight, I am playing Choke, who is a hardy merc who looks for trouble with a combat flavor.
And hey, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at Greek Sid. I'm usually there shitposting or on the GGK World server. Anyway, this evening I will be playing Impulse, the charming hustler who leads into... I don't know. I didn't think of anything funny to say. She leads. It's just... It's what she does.
By example.
There we go. That's good. I like that. Thank you,
Val. And I am Val at the Kraken's Crown on Twitter and Twitch, and I do all sorts of stuff here on GGK. If we are live, I am probably sitting here, and you can find my whole schedule on pinned to the top of my Twitter bio. And tonight, I'm going to be playing Val, flexible GM who tolerates with a creative flavor and loves hoodies, but I'm not wearing one right now because it's like 70 something degrees in here, and I'd be very warm. So let's go ahead and get started. Before I get into our recap, we have a couple of you have gained some levels. Cypher, the way that progression works is it's mostly dependent on like the players themselves. You guys really get to police your own character progression, get to spend XP doing all sorts of fun stuff. You could say tier 1 the entire game, stick with the moves you have, and you really wouldn't be too far off from the rest of the crew as far as like power level. But that does mean that the crew kind of progresses at their own rate, and I think we had a couple of people that hit level 2 or tier 2 this past session, or the start of this one. So do you guys have anything especially interesting that you're taking, or any like questions about advancements before we get going?
I mean, I can
I would
humble
like
brag.
to take.
That's bad.
Humble brags are always encouraged.
Go
Do
ahead, Morgan. No, go ahead, Morgan.
Okay, I'm looking into taking adaptation. That says, thanks to a latent mutation, a device implanted in your spine, a ritual performed with the dragon's blood, or some other gift, you are now remain at a comfortable temperature, never need to worry about dangerous radiation, diseases, or gases, and can always breathe in any environment, even the vacuum of space.
What?
That's
Okay.
bananas.
You can just go into
That-
space.
That is nuts. And totally something we can work out in the system. How do you think Clarity... Does Clarity go and get some sort of new, like, cyber mod or something like that? That, like...
I think so.
Yeah.
Nanites.
That makes
Definitely
sense.
nanites.
That's a good catch-all for pretty much anything cyberpunk. Yeah. I love that. Maybe that's something that like Ghost hooks you up with. Like you know, that Claire does a little bit of research. I mean, you're in space. I imagine your sister's a little bit worried about you getting jettisoned out into
The void.
orbit. Yeah, into the void. So maybe gives you some contacts, and at some point, because we're cutting forward a little bit in time, because you guys have gotten set up and have to get like moved into your new apartment. So we're gonna kind of cut into you guys having fully moved in to your now furnished apartment. I want to know what you guys did with all the fish tanks. And and yeah, you got a nanite injection for this adaptation nanite booster, which will essentially make Clarity very resilient to a lot of things that I would throw at you. So yeah, that's really great.
She's
gonna have to
otherwise
use-
super squishy, so like I want
Yeah.
her to be protected in some way.
No, that's great. That's going to be super badass when she just like jumps out into space to do something cool. All right, so you're taking adaptation, and then something you wanted to humble brag on. You said, Sid. I remember you talking last week about the thing that you wanted to take, and I remember being scared by it.
Yes, as well. I think everyone should be. So I got 2 fun skills. One's just fun and makes sense for her character, both like RP wise as well, which is fun. Gather intelligence. So you can get into a group of people, you can ask around for about any topic you choose and come away with useful information. You can obtain general facts, even notice obscure details. For example, not only do you find out if anyone in the palace has seen the missing boy, but you also get a working knowledge of the layout, note all the entrances and exits, and take notice that everyone seems to avoid the well in the eastern courtyard, etc., etc. So, yeah, that makes sense for her. She's gonna get all the gossip.
Love it.
And the one that terrified Val was impart ideal.
Oh, right.
After interacting for at least 1 minute with a creature who can see and understand you, you can attempt to temporarily impart an ideal to it that it would not otherwise be convinced to adopt. An ideal is different from a specific suggestion. An ideal is an overarching value such as all life is sacred or down with the corpse. So, yeah. And this will typically last at least a couple of hours.
Yeah, that's really scary to me. Just impulse going around forming like splinter cells of your group all around town.
It's gonna be amazing.
It's just like one step below superpower. Okay, so that is impulse. Choke, did you take anything? Or do you have anything fun?
I added more points to my pools.
Okay,
I'm not at tier 2
Not-
yet.
not tier 2 yet. Okay, cool. And GB, oh yes, hand raised.
I had a question about where like the flavor second tier stuff comes from. Like, do you take those instead of like
No, I believe you get those in addition to. Let me double check. That's a good question. Yeah, as far as I know, you just get those moves when you get to your next level. So your works the system foci you were talking about, what is it you have connected? Or no?
I got connected from works the system, but then there's the technology flavor.
Okay, yes, you sorry, your flavors. I was misunderstanding. Your flavors you can pick instead of. So like,
Okay.
you could pick a tier 2. You could pick a tier 2 technology flavor instead of the adept one if you wanted to, or like at later levels when you guys hit like tier 3, you get to go back and like replace, or you can take another one from like a lower tier. You could take those as well. It just like expands your options. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's all I want to know.
Okay, so Choke took the advancement of adding some more stuff to her pool, and GB, you're also not at tier 2 yet.
I have 14 experience points. I have not spent a one. So.
Okay. Again, but that's a total, like, do those at your own pace.
Yep.
Feel as comfortable as you want with your class. Like, the great thing about Cypher is that there isn't really a power gap. The most thing you're going to miss out on is, like, not adding, like, the one I would recommend that if you just don't know what else to take, there's the option that just, like, adds points to your pools. You're going to have to take that at some point anyway. Just taking that just to, like, bump up your HP effectively.
Right.
Might help. But otherwise, yeah, just do those at your own. But you can also save all your XP and buy a nice car if you want to do that instead.
I'm going to probably just do a big, points dump and go, okay, yeah, this, that, the other thing, down the line. So
yeah, and that's totally a valid way to play this game. So all that being said, let me go and recap what happened in our last session, and then we will get started. So last time on Neon Souls, your crew had met the mysterious leader of the WRM, Dragon. Upon returning back to your apartment, your shitty one, in the G-Ring, you found this chrome cube in the center of the room with a handprint scanner. You opened it up, and there was a little light show display, and a voice spoke out to you from a kind of cryptic projection, and you got to speak with the leader of the WRM. Dragon told you that he had been observing you for some time, knew that you were in the city, knew that you were wanted by many of the corporations back on Earth, including Shadow, and said that they had been waiting to see if you would make contact because they considered you a good asset to have, and a deniable asset to have here in New London, that could aid in his master plan to take down Lunatic. He offered you the choice that you could help him and his crew take down Lunatic as sort of a members of the WRM, but not really on the books members of WRM. And if you could help him attack and dethrone Lunatic, then he would help you get back to Earth and deal with Shadow. You agreed, and he told you a bit of his plan. A 5-stage process, as he saw, to destabilizing Lunatic's influence and being able to hit them hard and take out the president of Lunatic, one Mr. Blaze Unicorn. You... One day I'm going to be able to say that name without laughing, and that's a name that I came up with, not the chat. The 5-stage plan, in no particular order, was compromising the LSF, the Lunatic Security Force, sabotaging the VAT clone workforce, which we talked about. They're a little grody. Breaking down negotiations with the Earth Corps, capturing the lunar mining operations, and bringing the people generally of New London to the WRM's cause. He said they already had a lot of kind of irons in the fire, had been working on these for a while, but it has hit relative or sort of wrenches in the machine, speed bumps at different processes, and that the four of you might be able to assist in getting over those hurdles. You agreed, and he gave you some cool new toys, including a neural disruptor vibroblade for Choke, an insect scout drone for Klaxon, a pressure grenade, which Impulse proudly took, and a Magna Pulse gauntlet, which Clarity, I believe, is holding on to. You received your ciphers, and were told to coordinate with your team leader, Yule, who would be your point of contact for the WRM. After that, or as part of this deal, you also asked Dragon to set you up with potentially upgrading your place of living, spending some XP to do so, and you met Glenn, the Chappie model bot and realtor in the eye sphere and the eye ring, who took you on a nice house hunting expedition before finally finding a perfect residence for you, a decommissioned or a long abandoned, looked like a former like aquarium or reptile exhibit of some sort, with all these tanks around these like massive glass fish tanks, but plenty of space for the six of you, as you decide in order to pay for this additional space in this great location, that you would take on two more roommates, namely Zane and his sister, your leader, Yule. Zane seemed pumped by the experience. Yule seemed thirsty, and you all got moved in relatively quickly. And we're gonna kind of come back into you guys having finalized or finished your moving. Honorable mention of something that happened last week that I forgot as well. Choke had her brain chip replaced by Razor, Scooter's cousin. And a doctor in the G ring. So,
and potentially genetic clone. We're not 100%.
Potentially, we're not entirely sure. Jury's still out on that one. So I think I've covered everything, and that's where we're going to pick back up here today. I'm gonna do a little, go with a little pumpy music. So. You are all moved in to, it's not the workshop now. I don't know what to call it. To your home. We'll come up with a name for it eventually.
I was going to say home sweet home.
Home sweet home.
It's not the warehouse. Is it the condo? Is this our space condo?
Could be. It is condo-esque.
I think this is our space condo. Or space loft. Space condo or space loft?
Ooh.
I like the sound of loft better.
I do like loft.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Space loft!
Okay. So, having moved in fully to the space loft, you all have your own rooms / closets. You decided to give Zane a room and a closet, because the closet is all he wanted, but the room was attached. Any like honorable mentions as far as like what you guys have done with this space? Have you filled up the fish tanks again? Are we now breeding shrimp once more, or
We lost our connection for that back on Earth. I mean,
I think Clarity wanted to fill the fish tanks with multicolored lights to give it vibes, so that every room you go into, it's just like colors.
Are we gonna name each of the rooms by their color? Oh yeah, let's just have them meeting in the blue room and...
Perfect.
This is acceptable to me.
Okay.
I like this.
I also like this because that's very easy. If I just know the color of the room that we're referencing. Why did that go to drama music? Stay here.
It did get very dramatic very quickly.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Interior design, it's an intense business.
All right, so each room has a color theme from the lights that are suspended in the fish tanks. Everyone else is just kind of moved into their own space.
Definitely a new hammock is in Klaxon's room. Like a metal frame where a bed would be, but then there's just a hammock strung in it.
Is there
Is it
like
just
a
like-
mini hammock for Spider-Bot?
Of course, yes. The little stuffed animal corner hammock. You know,
I was imagining that it's not even like it's not even meant to be hammock. You took like an engine jack or something, and that is one side of the hammock, and the other side of the hammock's just like bolted into the concrete wall. And then you've got all your gadgets and all your like workshop in the same space.
exactly.
I like that. Okay. Chokes, I imagine, is full of workout gear.
Yeah. She has the bed like shoved in the corner. The rest of it's just gym stuff. And guns.
And guns, yeah.
There's a gun wall.
Imagine big gun wall. Yeah.
Now, does Choke have an actual bed, or is it like the mattress and bed's box spring on the floor shoved into the corner? Or like most of my college beds were mattress or box spring on a board with milk crates under it.
Right. She probably has a bed.
Okay.
It's just probably very utilitarian.
Did Swin make you get like one space plant to put in the corner? Like there's one potted plant hanging.
No, she knows I'll kill it.
No, okay. With all the Axe body spray that I'm imagining Choke uses.
Probably the one that made me get a bed.
I was about to say that might have been the deciding factor on the actual bed, was that maybe someone else might also be sleeping in it at some point.
Seems like a waste of money to me, but okay.
But I can sleep in a chair just fine. Why would I need a bed?
Slept on the couch all the time. Like, fine.
Wonderful.
I think Clarity's room is like, I think she has like this massive walk-in closet and this tiny room that's attached to it. Like with some architectural malfunction and no one knows quite why it's like that. So she has like an actual bed and like some stuff decorating her room. But for the most part, she has all of her tech stuff in the closet and usually ends up falling asleep in there.
I like that too, because the last time we had set up that Clarity's room also has the birthday party
buzzer.
alarm in there. So it's probably the room was actually like the office, like the administrative office for this. It was just like enough space for like a desk and a chair, and then the closet where all her stuff is was like all the supplies and stuff. So it's much bigger than the actual office itself, because they need to keep all the pet supplies or the food for the stuff. So yeah, that works out really well. So massive closet with all of your computers and tech and neon lights and stuff.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Impulse.
Full vanity seating, once more. Available space to put in hanging racks for various bits of clothing, because of course there's not enough closet space. And a supplemental wig collection. Not as many as before, obviously, but
No, you'd have to spend some XP for those to get the cred.
to really get the collection back. No, we're not talking like Earth collection wise, but there are a few.
She has options now.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Zane got the smallest room out of the group, just because he was just excited about that alone, and so nobody Didn't even fight anyone. Just took the space. His space probably looks a lot like Klaxon's. Probably some sort of combination of like Klaxon's and Clarity's, where a lot of tech, a lot of junk just piled up. Your gathering Zane's a bit of a hoarder. There's just piles and piles of stuff, like half-finished projects, other things that he's piled up into corners. And it looks like most of what he has gotten or what he's working on is like salvage that he's taken or stolen or something. But he's always working in there at like some hour of the day with a set of goggles on and a soldering equipment or some sort of computer array set up for programming some sort of device. Yule is a lot more clean, organized. Her room is largely off limits. So I don't know who's actually seen her room at this point, but for the purposes of the
May I roll
audience,
to have snuck in at some point to see what her room looked like, because Impulse is a nosy bitch.
you don't have to roll. I'll just give it to you.
Yes.
You Impulse sneaks in at some point to see. It's actually very similar to kind of Choke setup, except not as much like weightlifting equipment. She has her computer display, one very like practical cot in the corner of the room, as far out of the way as possible. Has like a treadmill, and her weapons and stuff. So a lot of weapons stored around the room on the walls and in crates, and then has some interactive like maps and readouts and displays of for some WRM projects and stuff in Intel.
So she's not,
But
by first appearances, an axe murderer or anything.
no. If anything, you walk into the room and you're like, this could be Choke's room.
It's a little weird. Okay. She'll leave.
All right. She closes the door and misses the framed photo of Choke in the corner. No, I'm just kidding.
Dang it! Ah!
Because it's hanging on the back of the door.
It's hanging on the back of the door. It's got a big heart on it. No. It's not the case at all. I make up a lot of bullshit for this game. I'm not doing that.
Don't. You speak it into the world. It's true.
Okay. So, with everything in mind, and once everything is set up and you guys are living comfortably once again, Yule probably move back to some more dramatic music. Calls sort of a team meeting for you at the. Are we going with the blue room? Is that the room that's going to be the? Somebody said blue room. The new conference room, war room. Which I imagine is just the main living area of the place. There's like a big table there with the plans and the schemes and all that stuff. And Yule calls a meeting for all of you, and once you've all convened in there comfortably, she says, all right, I think we're up and running now. Does everybody have everything they need? Dragon seems very concerned that you all get everything you need to work comfortably, so
They are very sweet.
I still can't believe you got to speak with him just right off the bat, though. That's really cool.
It is cool, isn't it? I'm
What were you
wondering
saying, Jake?
why. But yeah, it's cool.
Klaxon goes to speak when they're like, if everybody's got everything kind of thing, and then he stops, but we see the anime cutaway of Spider-Bot very aggressively rolling out of Klaxon's space, going, as ball mode, going into Zane's space, and then stomping little spider legs back, dragging some piece of tool or whatever back into Klaxon's space. That's all.
I love it. Well, she says, well, I mean, from what I've been let in on the plan, which I think is the same thing. I think we're all on the same page. Our task force here is going to do what we can to help out with the other projects that are going on. I've got a list of contacts and people to reach out with. What do you want to start with first? You've got more expertise here. I'm just a point of contact. I fully realize that you're the talent, and I'm just going to do what I can to manage this op.
Are you trying to suck up to me? You keep talking like that, it's gonna work. All right. So, I had some initial thoughts, at least. I do love a 5-point plan, really. But
Too much, some might say.
it's effective. It splits everything into manageable chunks. It addresses varied interests and ideas. It's not too many. It's not too few.
No, I
5-point
know, but
plan.
every once in a while we don't have enough for 5 points, and then you just start making shit up.
Well, that's not the case here because these are all very valid, okay? Next time you let me know and we'll turn it into a 4.5-point plan. Whatever.
How are
So-
we gonna get half a point?
Can I continue? Anyway. Of these 5, personally, I think the most effective place to start would be shutting down this VAT clone workforce thing. It's effective in a couple of ways. I'm glad you asked. No one asked, I'm sure. Not only are we getting rid of a strong base of their power, but we are effectively also showing the common people that Worm can do their job, and also gives them a little bump of morale to potentially do what they need to do to uprise, against the police force, and eventually, capture those mining operations, all these other things. It really does give us an advantage for a lot of the other points on the list.
It's actually a really good point.
I know.
I'm just the
Alright,
guns. You just sort of just point me in the right direction.
So, no
Klaxon's
objections.
nodding and mowing donuts. Ow.
Well, I wasn't just saying this. I just was giving my expertise on the situation. Doesn't mean we have to do it this way. I really think we should, but it doesn't mean we have to do it this way.
No, I think it makes sense. The VAT clones are a huge part of the Lunatech industry. You take out manufacturing, a lot of stuff's gonna fall after that. So, I can put you in contact with Bones. He's the one that's been working on this for a couple of years now, honestly. He's deep cover at the Lunatech VAT clone operation facility down in G-Sphere, actually. It's pretty heavily guarded. He's been working as a technician there for a while now. He'll have the most update for you on where to go, what to do, and sort of what the hang-up's been at this point.
Have you met Bones?
I haven't, no.
Have you seen him? Video call?
I haven't, but I can set up a call if you need to. I was just given his name by Lynn.
I always like to get a feel of a person before I continue to work with them. I think it's really important.
Well, why don't I see if I can get him on the line right now, then?
That'd be great. Thanks.
Okay. 1 second. She steps away and goes onto her data pad to begin to make some calls.
I really just wanted to know if he was cute, but you know, it sounds official.
You have a problem.
What?
A few minutes pass, and Yule comes back. She says, "All right, I talked to Lynn. Given the nature of his cover, Bones can't contact us directly right now, but can arrange a meeting down in G-Sphere for later today."
Okay, even better. Face to face.
I was given the address for a worm safe house that he'll meet us at. He can give you the rundown on what the current sit rep is.
Great.
All right. Probably should gear up, bring everything you need. I don't know how quick, when you want to hit this, but we can go and start moving any equipment we need down there. This will probably be the best point of planning for our operation.
I mean, I'll bring my grenades, but I don't know what anyone else will need.
I mean, basic tactical gear, what we'd bring on any mission. Tools, bots, guns for me.
Yeah. Let's pack.
All right. Pack up weapons, anything you might need. Zane brings the truck around, load it all in, and head off, dispatching from iSphere, or the I-Ring, back to iSphere, and then heading down to G-Sphere. Going from that lively sort of urban interior of iSphere, this new home that you haven't really had a chance to explore yet, with all the advertising and sort of the promise of a functioning society here, down to G-Sphere, which is just the oppressive, gloomy, industrial environment that you have been used to for living in for the past 12 months or so. Zane drives following Yule's instructions until they arrive at a factory, or a small little warehouse complex, and heads around the back of the alley and knocks on a door a couple times, and there's a moment of pause, and there's an intercom buzzer that comes over, and just the kind of a grainy voice comes through and just says, "Yeah." And there's a moment of pause, and Yule says, "Bones, it's Yule. Lynn sent me." Click again. All right, let you in. There's a buzz. Door clicks. She opens it. Leads inside. And it's a rather small, dingy-looking room. Looks like it's some sort of office space. A couple other rooms leading off from it with doors half on their hinges. And in the back is a kind of a few cots, a TV display on the wall, computer, and some WRM propaganda posters and leaflets that are kind of tacked up against the walls.
Are
A
they
lot of
any good?
Not really. A lot of graffiti, a lot of like just fuck the corpse, that sort of stuff. I mean, it's a simple message. It's just not like
Chic.
doesn't really grab you. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only person here right now though is a young man, probably early 30s. Is currently wearing a looks like a like lunatic worker like coverall. It's white, basically unstained. Has a lunatic logo on it. Has an employee badge. And he's sitting with his feet kicked up as he's scrolling on his data pad. Has a pretty dark tan skin with close cut hair, wearing some glasses. No cybernetics or anything you can see, but he does have a just the hint of like a tattoo that you can see running around just above his collar.
He's hot.
Everyone in
and,
this universe is hot.
Well, yeah, that's how it works.
It's canon.
It's canon. And kind of looks up and says, "Oh, sorry." Takes his feet down. Yule. She says, "Right, Buds. You didn't ask for the pass code." He's like, "Oh shoot, I always forgot to do that." She kind of sighs and looks back at Zane and shakes her head again, realizing that how many people that she works with is just like her brother, and says, "Bones, I'm Yule. It's my brother Zane. This is the rest of the crew. Clarity, Choke, Impulse, Klaxon." Bones gives a wave. Says, "Nice to meet all you y'all folks. I'm Bones," as she said. I was told by Lynn to meet you here. Are we moving on with the operation? Am I being pulled out? What's going on? She says, "I don't know. I mean, that's their plan, not mine. They've been brought in to help out. They want a sort of a situation update on what's going on inside the facility. They're looking to make a move on this thing." He kind of sits up straight, looks a little bit surprised by it. Says, "Are you serious? It's been like 2 years, nothing's going on. I thought I was just gonna be working here forever."
It's been 2 years, and there haven't been any forward mission at all.
Well, I mean, there was some at first. I started. What? Y'all sit down. You need anything to drink or eat? I've got some protein cakes. That they don't have an expiration date, so I assume they're still good.
Sure, why not? We always appreciate hospitality.
I got water, got some coffee. There's also a few pack of Centaur up here. It's not cold, but
Claire, it's warm.
And it's warm.
Centaur.
Mm, should I get ice?
the ass machine's busted. You'd have to head across the street to the Mr. Convenience.
It's okay.
All right.
Wait, there's a
grabs
Mr.
everything.
Convenience here?
Oh yeah, I mean it's like a block over, but yeah, they're all over the place.
It is just like home.
In so many ways.
So sits everybody down, gets everyone situated. So, I mean, all right. So I'll tell you what I told Lynn. I mean, they got me in with this job about 2 years ago, a little over 27 months. I started just like entry level. I was supposed to kind of work up from there, get as much information. I provided my reports, everything that I needed to. We were looking to make a run on things, and then I kind of gave some of the security updates. Things got kind of quiet after that. And yeah, it's been about 8 months now since we've had any real progress. I've just been given my weekly standby order. Keep doing what I'm doing and wait for an update. I was kind of just assuming that nothing was going to be happening at this point. The job's not too bad, so I don't mind working it. It's just a little creepy.
So let me get this straight. The plan so far has just been to get someone on the inside, which is great. But you haven't given instructions to do anything.
Oh, no. No, I have. Yeah, no, I've gotten, he kind of pulls up some, his data pad and starts scrolling through some intel. Says, one of the first things they wanted me to do is get my security clearance, which I did. And then they were going to see if they could duplicate it. But it runs on a alternating sort of, they change up the algorithm every couple of weeks. So I have to get like some fresh, I'd have to get in there again and get the codes. So once I learned that, they started turning to maybe sort of like some hard breach options. But once I got, that wasn't easy for me to get a handle on. Security people there are pretty tight-lipped. I had to get in one with the, there's this one guy there, and started working around the same time I did. We got to be kind of friends, and I mean, he's a good guy and everything, but kind of like loves to talk and stuff. So got him to tell me a little bit about the situation, and well, it's not good. I mean, they've got some pretty high-tech equipment, state-of-the-art bio scanners posted at every entrance, and sweeping the lower floors on a 24-hour basis. The VAT actual cloning facilities where they keep the tech, I mean, even I haven't been in there. Everything there is fully automated. The technicians just handle the droids when they come back out. There's like a quadruple titanium insulation on the walls itself. I mean, it's breach proof. You'd basically need an atom bomb to get through there.
What happens if something inside the vat area breaks down?
That's only happened probably twice that I know of since being there, where something malfunctioned. Usually some sort of chip gone bad, or one of the vats starts leaking the material inside the cloning chambers. It's actually pretty corrosive, so every so often they have to swap them out. Mostly the droids handle that. Like I said, it's fully automated, partially because of some WRM efforts in the past to bomb the facility.
Leans over to Clarity and Klaxon. Probably can't do a Randy's then, but we could pull the IDAs if we could hack into some of those, some of the ones that go into the high clearance area, and we could pull the IDAs from there, right? Sorry, go ahead, continue.
Right. So yeah, I mean that's where we've been at. I mean, the thing is, like, it takes time because I can't just walk in there and start snooping around, because if anyone finds me, I'm gonna lose more than my job, really. So
But you could go in somewhere, be there, leave, but potentially the doors open just long enough for a couple people to slip in.
Oh, you're talking about when I go in for my shift?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. They're real strict about that. They've got video surveillance and officers that monitor our clocking in and out. I've got a bioscan to get in the facility and to get out. So
So they never do like school field trips to the VAT facility or anything like that.
Yeah.
Not since I've been working here, no. I can't imagine many kids wanting to see. I mean, maybe.
Kids these days, again.
I mean,
Cthulhu.
occasionally we have had in the past where some corporate reps have come by to get like updates. They usually don't come through the same employee entrances as us. They usually airlift onto the helipad on the top of the building, and
There's a
I guess
helipad. Why didn't you mention the helipad before?
I mean, that's probably that's more secure than the rest of the facility. They've got turrets up there that monitor any unidentified vehicles entering the airspace, and from what I've heard, they'll just shoot them down if they trigger the proximity alarms.
You said to get into the employee entrance, you have to bioscan in.
Right?
Why don't we get on the payroll?
We won't have your clearance, but we could get in.
I mean, Clarity can probably get us whatever clearance we want.
Also true.
What's
Right.
this guy's name again?
Bones.
Bones. Klaxon. It's like, yeah, the clarity hacking's probably better than Woo. I was thinking we could make Bones suits and just one of us walk in as him.
You had to
I'm
know we were
sorry.
not gonna like that one.
Well, but I was thinking, but now that we have another option, we can do that. Meanwhile, the whole time, Klaxon has his visor is blinking, and Spiderbot's like coming back and forth in and out of the room, and he's like pulling tools out and handing them down, and Spiderbot's going back into the kitchen and then coming back out, and at some point, Klaxon just kind of looks up and notes, "Ice machine's fixed." Huh. It just kind of goes back to his own thoughts.
We're focusing like a lot on getting in, and I don't think getting in is going to be the problem. I think like destroying it to the point where they can't rebuild it is kind of the thing we should focus on, and then we can go back and be like, okay, but then how do we get in there?
Well, you said Bones, I don't know, the science stuff is not my expertise, but I did hear you use the words highly corrosive.
Right. So the sludge is what we call it.
Excellent.
But it's sort of the nutrient bath that they keep that they gestate the vat clones in. It's pretty corrosive.
Okay, but not to the clones themselves,
Oh no!
but
no,
to the machinery that makes them.
They're bioengineered to be pretty much resistant to pretty much anything.
That's horrifying.
Well, so they can work in the vacuum space and other more dangerous environments and stuff. They're radiation resistant and don't really need to breathe.
But so
Does that mean sometimes you can just like look out into space and see like a vat clone just like floating around the spheres?
And
this is horrible. No.
Yeah, and work.
Why
and
would
work
you
sites
say
and
that?
Stuff. Yeah, I mean,
No.
like they'll just.
It's the
they'll
horror
just
movie
be
No.
trope.
floating
Like you
around.
look out the window and you look away and
I
you
wanna-
look back and it's floating
No.
by and you're like, ah!
I want to X-card the space clothes.
But I mean, basically, there's a stage,
Horrifying.
there's a stage process of the facilities. The stage one is the actual the initial gestation of the clones, where they take the bio data that's kept in a secure facility underneath the in a vault underneath the research compound. They pull that data, or that's what's generated, or the computers they fabricate the the genetic sequence and create the initial sort of embryos, and then the gestation process, or this hyper accelerated. Well, I don't know much about it. I don't understand a lot of it, but they accelerate the development, so it takes place anywhere in like 2 to 3 weeks. Oh yeah.
So, we know like the basic process about how they're made, but would you say that the actual formulas and tech and stuff is fairly classified and held close to Lunatech?
Right. Yeah. It's proprietary information. They
So
keep that pretty well under lock and key.
destroyed that information, it would be pretty hard for them to duplicate it in the future. Yes?
Yeah, I think that would be you kind of have to, because otherwise they just rebuild the facility, and they could probably get that done. And I mean, depending on how bad. If that's what I was telling Lynn the other day, is if you came in and you just blow up the place all you want, but they're just going to rebuild it in a couple of weeks and be back up and running again.
I mean, we could do both.
You'd have to take out the data, and you probably have to take out the head researcher. You got those taken care of, and you're probably sitting pretty. Have about, I'd say it'd probably take over a year for them to get up and running again.
Which hopefully by then we've already taken over and put in all the other 4 things in place. So,
I mean, we could always mutate the silicate logistical universal dynamic gestation accelerator and put a code in there that will maybe make the clones aggressive. The sludge, the silicate logistics universal dynamic gestation accelerator,
Right.
that if we were to change some of the genetics within it, could we possibly then make the clones become violent, and then they would have an uprising of their own?
Well, so you say that's actually not too far. So occasionally a batch does go bad. We call those rejects. Usually what happens is they do get pretty violent, and they're usually decommissioned pretty quickly, immediately. So yeah, if you could tweak the formula, I'd say out of any normal batch, probably 1 in 30 is decommissioned.
That seems high.
Well, the acceleration process kind of is prone to leading to mutations. So, from what I've heard, the faster they do it, the more chance they have. That was what the 1 in 30 was within the acceptable parameters that Lunatech set for needing to decommission. But yeah, once they sort of pop out of the pods, if there's anything wrong, they run a scan. If they aren't too aggressive or aren't compliant enough, they're they're liquefied and then reincorporated back into the sludge.
We could change the scanners so they shipped out said defects. It's a work in progress.
Babs, yeah. Okay. I'm practicing on my listening skills here. So this is what I heard from you that I cared anything about. I heard corrosive substance, large fat of it. That could be very helpful with destroying
several dozen large fats of it. Yes.
Wonderful. And it will again destroy, like Choke said, like literally anything except for the clones themselves.
Yeah, and the substances that the fats are, it's usually glass. I mean, there are some substances that probably wouldn't be able to. Yes, I get what you're saying. Yes, correct.
Okay, wonderful. And We are looking at a 1 in 30 for violent and resistant clones. And you said if it runs too fast, then it's more prone to sort of pop those out.
Right. Yeah. The faster that the gestation process is accelerated, the more chance there is that the clones go bad.
Okay. One last thing that I don't believe I heard, but I could be wrong. Where is all of that proprietary information kept exactly?
Well, so the research compound is on its site, where they mix with the formula every now and then to sort of streamline it. See, they're always looking for ways to make it cheaper or get the clones to live a bit longer, be viable for a bit longer. All their data would be kept in the supercomputer on site.
And in proximity to said large vats of corrosive substance, how far apart are those two things exactly?
Oh, the two sites are close together. So, Site A, the research facility, and some of the corporate offices, that's in a separate building. Site B, the where the clones are actually manufactured, there's probably, I don't know, about a 100-yard gap between the buildings. Mostly like parking and some shuttle transports come in there.
Darn. I thought we could do a twofer. Oh well, just 2 in 1 then.
I only have clearance to enter Site B. Just FYI.
I don't think we'll need living clearance. This has been very helpful, Bones. Thank you very much. Also trying to be more appreciative of people that help us out. So,
just if you want to work out, I've got to get back from my shift here in a bit. My 15-minute lunch break is about to be over.
oh, of course, no. Go. If we have any other questions, we'll have Fuel get in touch with you. But this has been extremely helpful. Thank you.
I've got okay. Data on the security systems is right there, and if you need anything on the
schematic in there, by the way? Just the compound.
Yeah, some I had to draw them myself, but yeah, of Site B there is.
We'll take what we can get. Thank you so much.
Nice to meet all y'all. I'll see you later, maybe. And he heads out.
He's cute. I think this is just like a best of our old favorites, guys. I really think we can put this together.
Yule chimes in. She says, "All right, you wanna share?"
Oh, right. Sorry, I'm so rude. It's like a private joke thing. So, like I was saying, I'm thinking for the room where all of the classified information is, we're gonna have to probably get a hold of one of those one of the droids that goes in and kind of use that to probably implant some sort of scrambling thing or whatever. Do you think you'd be able to do that again, Claire?
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why not.
It worked great last time.
Wonderful.
Okay. So you hijack one of the droids and have them sabotage the
The
vats?
proprietary information. Mm-hmm.
Did
Oh, no,
say
not
we
the
need
vats.
To
That's
take out.
for the proprietary information part.
He did say we need to take out one of the head researchers.
That was another thought as well. That might be trickier, but
We don't have to do that on site, though.
Yeah.
They gotta go home
That's-
sometime.
Also true. I'd like to feel them out first, though. If we don't have to kill them, if anything, I don't know, maybe they can be bought, turned, useful at the very least.
Seduced.
You beat me to it. I just clicked out. I was going to say Klaxon says I'll seduce them.
I mean, between the four of us, one of us has got to be their type.
I mean, we do pretty much cover all bases, don't we? We'll circle back to that one. So, but yes, I do have that on my list. For the actual floor itself, just so they can't get back into production, yeah, I think Falling from Within is great. Yeah, we just we do a breakdown of all of the corrosive substances and basically let it eat itself from the inside.
Just flood the place.
Yeah. Oh, and as a plan B, if that doesn't go off without a hitch, go with me here. Would it be possible to speed up the production? Not so much that it would hinder the machinery, but enough that that 1 in 30 would go up significantly.
Well, I mean, I was thinking I would speed it up, turn off whatever thing senses a bad batch. And then those aggressive clones could be a distraction from what we're actually doing.
I think that's wonderful.
If we could get a lot of them in one place. It's not our simplest plan, but I think it'll work.
I mean, if you all think you can pull it off, it sounds on paper like it might work. So you're going to need access to both sites to pull this off, though.
How remote could you be with taking over one of the bots, Claire?
Probably pretty remote.
Could you snack one from Site B in Site A? Or vice versa?
Probably.
100 feet? We may not have to set foot anywhere near Site A then.
So, from what he was saying and looking over the plans here, though, Site B with the clone facilities is where the droids are. Mm-hmm. Site A doesn't have any automation to it, though.
Oh shit! Sid thought that's what he said. That the only things that were going inside the proprietary thing were bots.
No, it looks from what he was telling you, the Site A is research and like corporate offices. So it's the researchers and the administrators would be present there, along with the supercomputers that would hold all of the information on the cloning.
And also, secondary services are always a good loose link in these kind of operations. I mean, somebody's got to fix toilets. Somebody's got to bring in laundry, uniforms, all that kind of stuff, catering,
And potentially, we could figure all that out if we can track down this head researcher.
I think we should start there.
Yeah, darn it. Okay, so we need more info about the head researcher. Need to dig into that well. Need a virus to get into the proprietary information and scramble so that they can't use it again. Need to scramble the machinery that's popping out the clones so that it goes faster and pops out more defects. Need to blow up the vats so that they melt everything. Did I hit them all?
Sounds right to me. Well, tracking down this researcher sounds like a good way to get started, and can dig into to some of this and see if we find any other loose links here. Zane and I will probably run Overwatch on this one and leave the four of you to handle or 3, 4, however, to handle the wet work and the infiltration. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a plan. Do you have everything you need here, or for the op, or are we gonna need a second location?
That would be up to, well, all three of you, actually. What are we thinking?
I mean, it's always better not to have the, the board with the red string and stuff in your own house. So,
Ideally.
Yeah, we should find a place we can burn.
I can look into that. I'm sure we have a few either options that we're looking into for other safe houses or places that we can get nearby, at least within comms range for the facility, so we can launch our operation. I guess just let me know if you need anything in the way of equipment. I can see what I can get from Lynn. Our budget isn't infinite, but we've got some backing now.
We'll keep that in mind.
Claire, can you hack me into some kind of information hub that's untraceable or very public, so that I can study up on these clones and maybe figure out some more medical tactics?
Sure. Yeah, I don't see why not.
Cool. Yeah, we find some little corridor junction somewhere, pull the panels and like hardwire in so that they can't trace it back to me sitting at a library computer looking up how to make clones.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can. I'm trying to think what you could roll to. Do you have a move or something, Clarity, for setting up this kind of thing, or?
Let's see. Well, I have skills. I have for my moves. I mean, hacker is a move.
Right. Forget what hacker does again.
You gain quick access to a desired bit of information in a computer or similar device, or you access one of its primary functions.
That
I
sounds like
have
it would
data jack. I have scan.
Just your general hacker ability is probably enough to get this covered. Is that something you have to spend points on, or is that free for you?
It's free for me with my edge.
Okay, great. Yeah, then that's easy enough. Clarity gets you set up on a probably. Well, I'm trying to think. What would you prefer? Very public or very secure?
I mean,
Because basically, what you can set you up with is some
yeah.
like research, like university research database where they probably initially kind of worked on some of the stuff. It's not the most up to date, but it has. But you're not going to get tracked coming through here. The other option is is hacking into some of the basically like lunatic systems and stuff, so you can get information on their development or use.
What do you think, Claire? You up for attacking the big dogs, or you want to go more general?
Keep it general for now, like not draw any unnecessary attention.
Yeah, we're a little too early on the clock for that. Cool. Sounds good. And Klaxon will just start, trying to download into his brain as much clone knowledge as possible, see if there's some angle there or what we're going to need to make the batches.
Yeah. Do you have any like research-based skills or intellect skills that might be appropriate here?
It is. I really need to parse my skills out of these text blocks. That's what I need to do. Medical is one of my things. Where is it? I'm not seeing it in any of those.
Okay.
Yeah, like first aid or something like that was the medical side of it that I kept, but
But you don't know if you have a medical skill.
yeah, not per se. Where'd it go? It was like one of the leftovers that we had from the last game. Let me just do intellect.
Yeah, so it's going to be an intellect roll either way. I'm going to set the difficulty at a...
Sorry.
I'm going to set the difficulty at a standard task, so it's going to be a 2. If you don't have any skills or anything you can add to it, then it'll just be a 2 to roll, unless you want to spend effort or have something else.
That's fine. Let's just roll it up and see what happens.
All right, so you just got to roll 6 or higher.
How do we roll again? Roll now.
So you've hit the d20, so you just hit that. Oh boy. Rolled exactly what you needed. A 6. So yeah, you do find some research here on like it's probably somebody's like dissertation or one of their or research paper on, or you probably find a couple on the cloning process implemented by Lunatech and how it's changed the force of the face of corporate development and
Protecting
sort of
workers.
yeah, protecting workers, low cost I would say like construction and yeah, that sort of stuff. Basically, like you get through the history of it. It's like, you know, how cloning was first developed, blah blah blah. I don't really need it. Kind of like how Lunatech has sort of expounded it by removing unimportant aspects of the human anatomy from clones and adding things from other creatures' anatomy that were super helpful. And basically where they've got in like the most standard version of these clones are obviously they're not sentient, they're programmable. A lot of them they will have different augmentations based on the sort of workforce they're going into, resistance to radiation. They have sort of healing properties, all sorts of things to make them the most perfect worker possible. You get a picture of about what they look like these days. I was debating where I could drop this. Let's see.
Drop it in Discord.
Oh wait, I can do it in roll though.
Oh, that's right.
You can?
You
Where?
can show things.
I can. Oh, I should have added it ahead of time. I'm gonna put it in Discord for now because I'd actually have to sit here and upload it ahead of time. So I'm gonna drop it in the Discord server for you. This is about what they look like.
Why is it all hooks?
What? Why?
Can you do
Why?
do a somebody describe this thing?
A
Nightmare fuel.
It's got
a pokey. It basically
Has- like an organic body with spiny, non-organic material coming out of it with hook hands and feet.
Hooks for hands and feet. 4 hooks.
that was a
Why?
great description. And kind of a weird like mechanical head.
Yeah.
So the hooks assist with because in space you don't really need feet because you're more so trying to stay in one place than you're actually trying to balance your body on anything. So when the clones are working in 0G environments, they are augmented with these hook appendages, so they can just like grip on to whatever it is that they're working on, to actually do it. And they can be swapped out for other things based on what's needed. They're highly augmentable with
Couldn't that just be grabby hands? Not. But
No, wait, no, you
No,
wanted to
because
have
that's-
hands for feet? Because that's what you're asking for.
no, because the hooks
You're
are
just
easier
asking
to
for hands and
manufacture.
hands.
Some of them like would have like grabbing appendages if they needed it for their labor.
okay, so some
you
have
know.
hooks for feet and grabby hands for hands. Is what you're telling
Yes,
me.
and some might have hooks for hands and grabby hands for feet. Some
or
might have
all 4 appendages, 3 thumbs.
You put
Yeah.
that into
So-
the world.
They can be
You did
outfitted
that.
with different, like I said, different machinery, with weaponry, with like
This whole
flamethrowers.
I was picturing like humans, but
So
like
was I.
mindless drone
So was
humans,
I.
which is frightening. But I don't know if this is worse or not.
My mind went no, like my mind was in Brazil, and this was in Fiji.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I went to like Alien, and like the androids and stuff. Like,
Mine were potato people. They were like mashed potatoes squished into roughly people form. And
that's a snowman.
yeah, they were basically, except they were lugubrious and a little more flexible.
I hate this.
I hate it so much. Marker potato people.
Why do you keep making it so gross?
Are you talking to me or Sid?
I'm talking to all of you.
What did I do? I just repeated what GB said.
You were the
I did
one that
drop-
was like, they should have hands for feet.
I did
No,
drop it in the
it just makes
GGK
more
shows Discord too.
They're freaking hook. Like,
Listen,
what's scarier, a grabby
four
hand
of
that
you-
pick garbage up with, or a freaking hook?
the 4 of you have problems.
What did I do?
Morgan did nothing. Morgan can never do any wrong.
No, you said something earlier. No, you were the one that gave me the image of the people just kind of floating by the window with their dead clone eyes.
Well, now I'm imagining these things floating out in space.
They at least look like
I would,
aliens.
I would expect that. If it was a potato person frozen and floating past the window, that'd be freaky.
Next week, we're going to group therapy.
I don't know why you guys expected these to be anything like humans.
Because humans
Yeah.
are making them, and they're the most arrogant creatures on the fucking universe.
Perhaps. But no, I knew 100% that you guys were not going to expect what these things actually look
We
like.
didn't find aliens, so we just, I don't know, made some.
Made them.
I
Then
feel
the real
Anyway.
aliens show up and like, what the fuck, y'all? What is this?
that is not what we look like, and also this is offensive. I feel totally justified with the Jurassic Park 3 joke I made in the chat earlier.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, no, I saw it. I laughed. So yeah, that's where you're at. That's where you finish up your research. That's also where we're gonna go ahead and take our break. So we can just sort of ruminate on that for a little bit. And come back for your, whatever plan you guys want to do to what was probably at first like free these clones and help them and find some way to rehabilitate them, to let's burn them all with fire.
it's end this. It's got like a Iron Man sort of thing going on, too.
Uh-huh.
Telling you, I want to make the alien beast claw people uprising. You know, it's Black Mesa.
I have to
you
make
know.
an Animorphs reference right
We
now.
should keep one.
They're the Hork-Bajir.
They're
They're the
kind of cute.
Hork-Bajir, and we must free them.
That's right. There it is. We have a quest.
So anyway,
We've
sorry,
referenced
I-
Animorphs so much on stream this past week.
yeah, we have. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back for our second half of our session here in a little bit. Thank you, Captain Nemo, for the bits. Really appreciate it. Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back in a couple minutes to finish out our session. So everyone, stay tuned and stay weird.
It's gonna actually be quick this time, we swear.
Anyway. Welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us on our break. We're here to do some more Cyberpunk. Let's get to it. So, where we left off, you've given some information about breaking into this Lunatic VAT clone production facility. And you've had your meeting with Bones. He's one of the workers there. He's also a sort of a undercover WRM agent. And where we left off, Klaxon did some research, learned some bit about these clones, and the rest of you were making your preparation. So what do you want to do?
We want to try to find this scientist, right?
Yes.
How do you want to go about that?
Honestly, Impulse is gonna see if there's any, like, is there media here, like, on, like, is there news, is there journalism, is there anything like that going down?
Yeah, New London has several news stations and media companies and things like that.
Okay. She might want to comb the archives of that for any mention of this top researcher.
Okay. So like interviews, articles, things like that.
Get
You
to
do that.
know them.
Do you have a move?
See what they're about. Not really, other than this gather intelligence thing, which I'd have to go among the people.
I gather you don't want to do that.
Well, hell, I mean, if they can get me into... I mean, we live in Isphere, right?
Yeah.
And this place is...
This is G-Sphere.
Oh, it's back in G. Okay.
Purely because it wouldn't be... Nobody in Isphere would want to see this.
Got it. But folks in Isphere and potentially, what's it called? V-Sphere. So the only time that we at this point have been to V-Sphere, like the VIP sphere, is when Bo has let us in to like steal fruit, right? Is that literally the only time we've been there at this point?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Which you gather, as a head researcher for this this division of Lunatech, you'd still be surprised if he lived in V Ring. He's probably not high enough up to live up in that area.
Okay. It's a he. So do I? I mean, I have. Okay, so I have a risk computer. So that would let me do some research. Yes.
That'll give you that'll give you an asset to the research. So,
Okay.
say looking into information on him, I'm gonna probably put it at a say demanding. So it's a 3. So with an asset, that'll bring it down to a 2. Do you have any skill? You don't have any like research-based skills or anything?
No, just talky skills.
Okay, so it'll be a 2. You just have to roll 6 or higher.
6 or higher. All right. Let's do this.
Oof.
3. Dang it.
You can spend effort to try to reroll if you want. Or you can just
Okay.
take the failure.
Oh. Yeah, I'll spend the effort.
Okay.
So how many do I have to remind
Do you
me
have
how-
edge? What do you have edge in?
I have 2 edge and intellect.
Okay, so you have to spend 1
Just one?
for
Okay.
the intellect pool.
Come on. 10!
There you go. All right. The 10, you can look into this researcher, try to get some data on him.
What are his hobbies? What kind of coffee does he like? You know.
Any
his-
X's? We can get a sense of like what kind of.
Like who he's into. Is he,
What's his
has he ever been
type?
seen with anyone? Yes.
Okay.
Like a date at a fundraiser or something. I don't know.
I'm just
throwing
trying to
things out
help.
there.
Choke's bad at research, so Savvy's trying to help.
I'm gonna you research into this you research into this researcher and you comb articles about Lunatech and their science developments. They have a lot of people come and do like PR kind of for them and do some interviews and from many divisions. And about the time that a couple years back when they were doing some developments to their mining operations and some more hazardous construction projects. They had this doctor come and interview on one of the more prominent news broadcasts. The don't know what to call it, but one of the more prominent New London news programs. The name is Dr. Graves.
Well, that's ominous.
First name.
Graves and bones.
Oh damn! I am doing a theme today, aren't I?
I'm saying.
We're in danger.
Dr. Weir Graves.
Weir.
W-E-I-
W-E.
W-E-I-R.
Okay.
Or W-I...
I think it's E-I-R.
E-I-R? Yeah.
E-I-R.
Ver Graves. Okay. Okay.
They have been under the employ of Lunatech for a long time now. Probably about 25 years or so. Have headed a lot of the departments, and more recently, the biological research and augmentation departments, and has fronted the development of these new fat clones. They're the ones that they didn't invent this cloning procedure, but they perfected it by Lunatech standpoints, making the clones faster, cheaper, more durable than ever before, saving New Londoners their tax money and
Destroying their sanity in the process.
and also keeping them safe so they don't have to work these jobs. That's the corporate bullshit. Obviously, put a lot of people out of jobs, but they're safe. So anyway,
Just, starving.
just starving.
NBD.
So anyway, that is their sort of public persona. as far as Dr. Graves' love life, I don't think that's ever been in the too much in the public eye. They are not married. No record
So
of them
you're
ever
saying
having.
there's a chance. Sorry. Go ahead.
No record of them having ever been married.
Children?
No
Not to get
children.
married, no children. No children.
No registered children. Seems like, based on what you can tell, married to their work. Has been very active in the scientific community. They don't have I mean, they've got a very big bank account. Doesn't seem like they spend a lot of it. They don't have a lot of, like, they don't go to a lot of parties or other affairs that you see a lot of other prominent New Londoners at. They seem very dedicated to their research.
No solar wind skiff for the weekends or
No.
anything like that? Okay.
Nothing like that. There's some record of them doing some travel back to Earth every so often for, like, research conferences, things like that. Otherwise, not a lot. But you do have an address. They have a modest home in the eye sphere, or in the eye ring.
But a shit ton of money. So, like, they're just living in Brooklyn because they could afford to live, you know, right next to fucking Central Park or something right there, but they don't want to spend the money.
Yeah.
Okay. This one's gonna be tough.
Hi, Soul.
We just don't have anything to go on. We don't have a scandal to blackmail about.
I wonder if they have any dating profiles.
Oh, like, just grabs her and, like, kisses her on the cheek. You're brilliant. Let's see what we can find. There's got to be something on this guy.
I'm
Do
really
we
debating which
find-
direction I want to go with this. Okay. They don't really have a social media presence other than some of their professional personas, like future LinkedIn, cyber LinkedIn.
Space LinkedIn.
Yeah. But you dig a bit deeper. And maybe with Clarity's some of Clarity's help, you do find a little bit of an online presence. A membership to a very exclusive club called I don't want to name this.
I mean, you know what I'm going to say.
Yes,
Mr. Club.
Mr. Club.
Mr. Club. No, I don't think.
I was going to say
Well,
Mr.
You would have to give away what kind of club it was in order
Yeah.
for us to help you name it. Sorry.
Mr. Rave.
No, not that kind of club.
Mr.
I literally,
Topless.
I literally typed in whale name generator the other day, and there was a whale name generator.
Let's see.
Oh no.
The club is just called Sir.
Oh. Oh.
Well, this could be a
Not a
couple
lot
of
of
different types
information.
of clubs.
Uh-huh.
Not a lot of information for it online. It's one of those, it's got a phone number and an address. Everything on the website's drop page is very dark with red accents.
Can I try and find some like
leaning
deep web
about
forums?
60-40 one way or the other on this one now.
Can I find like deep web forums of people who go to this club?
Oh yeah. It is a very upscale, like premium membership, fully VR BDSM club.
Perfect.
Thank you for this gift, Val. I shall
You're welcome.
treasure it for a very long time.
You're welcome.
Do we get to go to a fully VR BDSM club?
Yes, we do.
Why wouldn't we?
Yes. We
Even
do.
if it had nothing to do with this story, the fact that it existed, we would find a way to go to
We'd
it.
go.
Let's just be perfectly honest.
I'm just putting a note next to this. Why have I done this to myself?
You did it. This one
Dude,
had
it's
nothing to do
100%.
with us.
I know.
Don't make me grab props.
Please don't. I won't make you. Please don't. We're sex positive here on GGK, but we can't have that kind of stuff on Twitch. I don't
Yeah,
think.
but you can't.
Unfortunately. What are you gonna do?
All right.
My bare
you
shoulders
can
could be
see
getting
based
us in
on,
trouble on Twitch right now.
Based on credit card statements and some other information you get based on like bank statements, things like that, they pay a monthly membership of a lot of money for this club. Gather based on some of like Curiosity's like deep web research and stuff, they probably pay for like the premium membership here.
Clarity?
And are we talking?
Curiosity's
say?
not here.
Oh boy,
Did I just
That
dream
was
you
a-
saying curiosity?
did I say that? That was a callback. Clarity.
Wait, to what?
That is so funny.
Well, that was your character in Eos.
I know, but why did
It's
us
just two
talking
C
about a
names.
BDSM club?
No,
make
that
me
had
think
no
of
relation.
curiosity?
But did it though? But did it though?
You leave my wizard out of this.
Leave her out of this.
Anyway,
I mean, she's
you,
horny, but she's a tiefling.
I really. How does Clarity impart this information to us?
Oh, I was gonna say, it seems like they have like a regular day that they go. Like, there's like a schedule to it that you find.
I won't
Continue.
ask Val. I'll ask Clarity the most important question. Okay. How does Clarity tell us? Because I really want to know.
So, to give some background, I think I should go into what BDSM is so everyone here can fully understand what I'm about to say.
Oh, honey, we're well aware. Keep
Yeah, we
going,
know.
Please.
Well, I don't want to
So-
speak for Klaxon, but
When a person and a person love each other very much.
No.
Clear.
We know this part. Can
Oh,
you
okay.
speak to how it's related to our researcher?
I mean, I think I know, but I do want to hear you tell it.
So, you know how that's a thing already, so I don't have to explain that.
No, we are well aware. Yes.
So there's a place, virtual reality place for that, and he likes to go there.
How much does he like to go there?
Oh, I'll clarify. It is they.
They.
Oh, they.
That's fine.
Sorry.
How much do they like to go there?
What was it? Weekly?
Yes. It seems like they go every week, Saturday, at precisely 10 o'clock.
Every Saturday at 10.
Nice.
Whose services are they rendering?
Mistress Clone Claws, of course. Duh.
It's a good question. Maybe I can hack into their thing and see what's going on in there.
Look,
I just want to know
Roll
Superdom.
for
I just
smut.
I just
Roll
want
for
to know
smut.
Superdom. That's all I was looking for. Just Superdom. You can just tell me Superdom. That's it. I don't need to know the rest.
Do I have this information?
I mean, there's more than just those two, but
I'm gonna make you roll for it.
Yes.
roll for smut.
So I am.
Thank
Four,
you, chat.
smut.
I am
10
trained-
a.m. on Saturday. I am
10 a.m.
at the
Saturday.
BDSM club. I like to start my day off with Mistress Space Claws. It really gets me going. Gives me a lot of energy. I get so much done Saturday afternoon.
I'm done in time
No,
for
it's-
12 o'clock yoga. It's
it's-
great.
Mistress Clone Claws.
Clone Claws.
We'll see the picture
So
in the
sorry.
chat.
Mistress Clone Claws. Just really gets me revved up for the rest of the day. We're gonna get banned.
We're going to get banned. Oh, Lord.
Roll for smut. Roll for smut.
All right.
For smut.
What's the difficulty?
Oh boy.
Smut.
There-
It should be really easy.
No, this is you trying to hack into their private. So what you know is that everybody that goes the what they're paying for here is the premium VR systems, essentially, that are with the AI, with the like sophisticated AI that essentially runs this whole facility. There's like a bar and stuff like that, and some night, like, you know, it's still a club. But as far as all of the dungeon aspect of it is these hyper sophisticated VR systems and pods. The users have their own like data chips that they go, they scan, it has their preferences and profiles, which are all like super secure and private, so that everyone has complete anonymity and privacy for the whole experience. They don't actually interact with like a person per se. It's just the AI systems. So that being said, hacking into this is going to be pretty difficult because this is a encrypted service that these people are paying tons of money for. I'm going to put this difficulty at a I'm put it at a 5.
Okay, well, I have a wrist computer, which is an asset.
So 4.
I am specialized in computer programming,
So it's 2.
and do I
Do you
have
have your wrist
anything?
computer?
I did
We
say
already
that.
did that, yeah.
Oh.
So it's a 2 with all
Um,
that.
Any other?
Can I give
assets?
her a pep talk? If there were ever a time for Impulse to give someone a pep talk,
Sure.
it would be to encourage them to roll for smut.
Hey, I wasn't planning on getting much done this episode anyway, so we're gonna take our time.
Choke usually just kind of like tunes out during all the research stuff, but I think for this one she's like in it. Like, yeah, what?
Yeah.
What?
Savannah, I promise I'll give you something to shoot eventually.
It's no, I'm having a great time.
Oh, it's,
Once Clarity says it's a BDSM club, I hit the party button. I'm having a great time.
And Yule takes note of this. She is still there.
You will remember this.
She used to say that.
Well, I just want to know what this
Takes
pep
notes.
talk sounds like.
Yes, please give the pep
Yes.
talk.
Yes.
Of course.
Please.
Okay, so I don't want you to feel like we're really prying into this person's, deepest and darkest desires, because that's not really what we're here for. What we're here for is to, in fact, tap into those desires and make them come alive, at least, in a limited capacity. So, if anything, I feel like we're doing this person a favor, by like really bringing all of this to light. So just go into this realizing that you're making the world a little bit better for one poor researcher.
Okay. So what's the difficulty now?
So that brings down to a 1.
Yup.
Okay. Got 4.
Okay. You succeed. Just barely somehow with all of that. And
Oh,
you
no.
hack into their
Go away. Go away.
you hack into their personal user profile and find some of their listed fetishes on there, and some of the what am I going to say? The programs they like to play in.
Just to find him on FetLife.
Yeah, essentially. There are a couple on there. But specifically, it does seem... Can't believe these things are things I'm about to explain in the game that I run on Twitch. I'm not explaining what any of these words mean. You guys can Google it.
Bold of you to assume we would have to.
I'm saying bold of me to assume anything here. They have themselves tagged as a sub, a little, and have a list of primal as one of their listed interests on there.
Choke, I think this one might be for you.
You did this on purpose.
1000%.
It was like a sub. Okay, great. That's a lot of people. Belittle. Oh yes, definitely. Several of us here. Prime. Nut. Choke. It's you, girl.
Okay. Clarity, you tell us what you found.
Oh yes, please. And we still need the clarity explanation in all of this.
So, sometimes people like certain things. In this case, a person likes things like choke.
They
But
like to be
to-
choked.
Yeah, yes,
Well, that's pretty.
and also like people like choke,
Oh.
but
What do you-
also like to be choked. Sometimes in a really rough way.
Oh.
Anything else?
They like to pretend to be small.
Okay. You know you can just say the words, it's not gonna kill you.
It will. It will kill me.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I think that kind of covers it.
Can I just look at it?
Yes.
Should I just read it?
Yeah.
Okay.
As soon as Joe goes over there, Impulse is there, like looking over his shoulder, like, what is this?
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I think he'd work well here.
Yeah, that is sort of.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Now, what is the plan here? Why are we doing this?
We're gonna seam the information out of him. That's
we
what's gonna
needed
happen.
to find out who
I,
is
Val,
best to
have
do
no idea what this is here. But I'm waiting
I feel like we
to hit
always
the
get
button
to
to
this point
stop this thing.
where we just like get on a tangent,
Like,
and then
wait,
I inevitably have to go.
but why?
What are we doing? We didn't have to steal the whole body, is what I'm saying. You. What? Okay, so we now know a lot about this person.
Oh, yes.
Cool. Fine. Nothing shady. What are we doing with it?
I feel like this could
We
go one of several ways. The way that I'm not a fan of is holding this information over this person's head, which, again, I don't want to start there. It's beneath us, but if we need to, we can. It's less fun, too. The more fun way, I feel, is now that we know where they go when they are not at home, which, again, in a workaholic sense, work is home for them. We can use this particular information to our advantage. And, I don't know, put a primal individual in the prime setting.
Are you sending me to a sex club?
I'm sending you to a sex club. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I zoned out a little bit at that part. What were you saying?
I don't hate that.
Good. I feel like in an environment where they feel that they are protected, safe, and comfortable, and among people who know and understand them, they might be more likely to open up about certain things.
Is this the sort of thing you think we can get funding for? Just curiosity.
I mean, Yule would be the one to ask. Yule? It is reconnaissance. I mean, we just might need to get in.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure if there's like a fee or something. I mean, how much is it?
Well, the monthly fee is apparently pretty steep, but, I don't know, Claire, do they have like a nightly raid or anything?
Do they?
No,
We're gonna traumatize Clarity.
no, it's one fee per month for access, and there's no like trial membership or anything like that. They don't play around with that stuff. And you
like sign up for
know.
7 days and then cancel before it charges your card.
Yeah, it's not a gym. Jim's is down the street. That's a different dungeon. And she looks at the number. She says, "Oh no, I could no
Can't I just hack a membership into the system?
do that."
That would be good. Yeah. Then we might be able to use it, like, work.
I mean, yeah, we could
I
hang
have
on to it.
Val, beautiful reaction. Yeah, do that.
Me and Impulse are just sitting over here being like, I mean, if you put us as members, we could just like keep it.
So. Aw. We's not want not.
How?
I mean, they make you jump through so many hoops to cancel that kind of shit.
Yeah,
like, it's not worth
almost
it.
not worth
Just
it.
keep-
Yeah.
I do that.
I love all of you so much. Oh, amazing.
I'm debating whether I'm gonna have you roll for it again. It's not interesting if you don't fail it here. or if you fail it here. So you're in the system. You do that. You generate 2 user profiles for one choke, who unfortunately you do have to put a number after it because there are like 45 chokes in the database right now.
Come on.
Choke. I'm guessing 69's already taken. Yeah, probably.
Damn it.
666. Come on now.
That's I'll say that one's available. Choke
All right.
69 is not available.
Damn it. Amateurs.
All right.
That was like the first one taken.
Obviously.
That user profile is older than just the plain choke profile.
Nope.
Sevi has muted herself so as not to say what came to her mind.
It would be that's 2 things that would be very hard to do simultaneously.
Do not ask me to push that envelope because I'll put it in chat over here.
No, we're done. We're done. I'm closing it down. We're closing up
what?
shop.
I didn't think I'd find my line here today, but we found it. That's
I'm
it.
just saying. I'm done. It's done. We're moving on. I'm not talking about it anymore.
When I sat here,
Because Morgan is
stopping
going-
yourself from talking by muting yourself. You're like, nope.
Because
when I
Morgan
sat here,
is going to suffocate if we don't stop. What is this show? Gee, I have no idea. Is it the best show on the internet? Maybe.
I just have to put this out there: is that we are not laughing at anyone who enjoys or participates in this type of lifestyle
120%
in any way.
sex
We're
positive.
laughing
No, have
because
you
all
met
of us
us?
aren't comfortable talking about this on the internet,
Yes.
or most of us are. GB
I-
probably would sit here and talk about it.
I don't want you
gonna
to
stop
lose your Twitch channel. So one, will leave the props aside, and 2, we'll just let this.
I think I'm probably closer to the GB camp at this point. But... Listen, if anyone's gonna kill this channel, it's gonna be me.
It's gonna be me.
Why? Okay, I'm done. That was gonna take up so much space in my brain. Like,
You got it out. That's what's important.
I'm done.
Okay. I also don't know where this plan is going at this point, but I'm getting so you introduced 2 user profiles. Impulse, I'll say that one's available. Yeah, I'll say that one's available. You lucked out.
No one thought of that?
Well, you know. Good branding's good branding, so.
You're in charge of my branding. You know that, right?
It's fantastic branding. You are the choke. All these other
Not
pretenders
nice.
don't even know what they're talking about.
I'm not gonna. No, I was gonna ask if you guys put anything on your what's your profile details, but I don't. We're not getting into that. I assume
Obviously, we're gonna mirror
Can't do it.
them
You're
for
gonna
our
mirror-
mark.
yes, yes.
We don't
that-
have time to talk about that right now.
No,
We're
we
not-
don't. But
no.
needless to say, we will match with our mark.
Okay, so you're both going to just to cover all your bases.
Sure, just in case.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and you essentially set them up with a lifetime membership, Clarity.
Clarity
This-
just has like 1,000-yard stare as she's putting in the profile detail.
Listen, I've heard people talk about girl code before, but I think this is like the
You've-
pinnacle.
You've written the girl code. It's literal code.
You are the girl code.
You are the girl code.
Do my best.
We're just gonna sit in silence.
Just fist
be
bumps
in awe
impulse.
of
Like,
clarity.
hell yeah.
Yule has just been kind of watching this whole thing. Just says, "All right." I didn't think this is where this plan was going. So
What, with her on the team? Pointing to Impulse, it's usually at least discussed.
So you're gonna approach them at this club and see if you can squeeze some intel out of them.
Convince him to come home with
Want
one of
me
us.
to answer? Just go back, realize what you just said, and decide whether or not you want me to answer that question.
You know what? I'm gonna leave this for the four of you to handle.
Okay, great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Just let me know if you need anything. Zane, who's over like in the corner, looks up from whatever he's been working on the whole time, completely oblivious to anything that's happened in the last like 45 minutes. Just goes,
Awesome.
"Yeah, what's up? We're leaving. Oh, already? We just got here. We've been here for like 2 hours. What? Oh, really? I just started. Okay, yeah. See you guys later." And they leave, so I don't have to do anything with them in this scene.
I was really enjoying the Yule facial expressions, but so interrogate him at the club or try to get him to leave? What do you think?
I say let's go ahead and make a plan B for leaving the club. But I feel like it's fairly secure. Again, these sorts of things are discussed on site probably fairly frequently, and they don't want any of that information leaving, so I feel like it's gonna be fairly secure for us as well.
Okay.
But let's just in case have a plan for leaving site. Preferably going back to their place. What? That's useful.
Easy enough.
I was gonna say I was gonna help you get dressed, but I actually trust your instincts on this. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go get ready.
You all head back to the apartment or to the loft. What are Klaxon and Clarity gonna do?
I think Clarity decides that someone should have some sort of surveillance over what is happening to make sure that Choke and Impulse are okay. And she doesn't want to do it alone. She's like, "Hey, Klaxon, do you want to hang out in my closet?"
I'll get some centaurs and popcorn.
I just bought a pallet of noodles, so
Yeah, but this is more
What
of a
if
stakeout food.
No. What if I like sprinkled the popcorn on top of the noodles and then took some of that cheese stuff that you put on top of the popcorn and put that on top of the noodles too?
Cheesy popcorn noodles. Add a little crunch to the noodles. I'm about it.
I
can
don't
do that.
understand how either of you are alive.
Klax will go to the microwave.
I feel like Claire's just one step away from just using centaur instead of water for the noodles, and
Oh, she's done that.
Oh.
that's like really late night. Just needed the calories, needed to stay awake, and just went for it.
She was like about to put the water in, and then she looked at the centaur in her hand and looked at the cup of noodles and was like, "This is it."
Oh boy,
So cold
And that-
centaur is okay. Hot centaur is okay. But room temperature, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Method
Has
is
One of
just
the
out.
standards.
Sorry, I'm stalling because I don't know if I'm mentally prepared to do the scene that's about to take place. But I've got 30 minutes, so we're just going for it. We're gunning full speed ahead because I can't start here next week.
There's no way you can get there without like ramping up to that energy. Like,
Oh boy.
Just
Fine.
we gotta
No, because
barrel
what'll
on
happen
through
is
here.
I'll come back next week, I'll look at my notes, and I'll be like, fuck.
You open the show with, so you're at the VR BDSM club. And what do you do?
That might be the most difficult thing to ever do a recap to go with. Yeah, so we're meeting back up at the BDSM VR club. Oh, you weren't here last week? Fuck you. I don't know what to tell you. There's no way.
go to YouTube.
There's no way to
Come back
explain how
next
we got
week.
here.
I've got to find. I got to find a song. No. No. These are too subtle. I need something with some bass. I don't know. I'll skip through these while we're going because there's nothing good here. We're just gonna go with Chuck kicks ass for right now. Um, this isn't the right energy for a dungeon, but hey, you smash cut. Clarity and Klaxon. I can't do this seriously with this song on. Clarity and Klaxon are hanging out at the loft, watching this all go down. You have this perfect view of this dark circular room. Everything is in 0G here. The club itself is in iSphere. So the essentially like the bar at the center is at the center of the room, and it's this. It's just like a sphere at the center with a couple of like points where the bartenders are giving drinks out through people, some railings and stuff for people to hold on to like be near the bar, but mostly it's people just floating around the room having pleasant conversation with each other. There's like this deep bass echoing. Everything is dark, everything's like black velvet. It's exactly what you imagined in your mind's eye. And as you are observing, you can see that Choke and Impulse, probably already having been there for a little bit, have your drinks floating around in 0G, waiting for your mark to arrive. Yes.
I just want to know what Impulse is wearing.
Oh, that's a good point.
We're gonna say super tight black pleather bodycon dress to the ankles. At least like 5-inch platforms and with stiletto heels, and like we're talking like the biggest, most like jagged, pointy shoulders there ever was. Yeah, and this hair, because of course.
Choke, anything special?
It's exactly the same as what she normally wears, but she puts on a black jacket instead of a brown one.
Wonderful.
You dressed up for the occasion.
You said you trusted me.
Okay. Is it a shiny black jacket? Like a shiny leather black?
It's leather, but no, it's not shiny. It's
Perfect. It's biker jacket.
Yeah, it's definitely just a biker jacket. Like,
Awesome.
no, it's not fancy at all.
So
But it's
good.
black. So now she's in all black.
Oh, they both are. That's great.
While you are,
Hiding some weapons under there.
I will say they did. You are scanned at the door. You were not able to get any weapons in.
I figured.
Yeah. As the two of you are floating around and maintaining your cover.
Chain? Can she get her chain in if it's worn as an accessory?
Oh, we could do the chain belt thing again.
chain
I'm
belt.
saying. I got you covered.
I was gonna veto it until you reminded me of chain belt.
And that's bro
Yeah.
code. I get both.
It is a
I think-
BDSM club.
Yeah, well, I was gonna
belt.
say if you had just tried to go in with the chain, I think they were just gonna be like, "We have the finest chains available here. You don't."
You don't need that. Not you shouldn't have that here. You don't need that here.
You don't need that. We
It's like
promise.
trying to bring your own wine glass to the restaurant. You don't need
No,
that.
we do chain belts again.
Okay.
I am
You're gonna
trained in fists, but the chain is kind of a security blanket at this point.
I think the bouncers you're let in just like after like scanning you over, making sure you don't have any weapons. It just like looks at the belt. Says, "That's a nice belt.
Thanks.
You can go ahead."
I was really afraid the bouncer was about to start like making eyes at me. This is too much for Choke. She leaves.
So yeah, the two of you have been floating around for some time, waiting, and then at precisely 10 o'clock, towards the door, you see a figure entering I run so much fantasy shit that I was like, a human. Yes, a human. I don't know why. That's always the first place that my
Could have
brain
been a
goes.
claw clone.
Could've been a
No, it
claw.
could have been. Turn. No, hold on. Hold on a second.
Twist.
Twist. The doctor's actually a clone.
They're becoming sentient.
No, they have
Better to understand them.
short, blonde hair. They're a bit older. I mean, I would say they've been working for 25 years at the current job, so they're probably like late 50s. But look good for their age. They could pass for younger. They are not wearing their lunatic like uniform or lab coat. I'd say you guys probably had a photo
I
that you were
would hope
referencing.
not.
No,
Hey,
they're
you can do that
wearing
too, it's
a stylish black turtleneck.
Well, now all I can think of is Trent from Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
That's all I have.
and
That's my brain picture now.
dark slacks and dark like well polished like heels as well. Yeah, they come in and you see them like move towards the bar and get a drink and begin to sort of mingle with people. What do you do?
Choke does the thing that she never gets to do and just like starts aggressively just watching them.
Interesting.
It's never worked before.
This is the one situation.
This is the
where
time.
it works.
Choke can just be herself.
Do you have any sort of...
Oh, gods, no. No.
My
The-
cat just reached under my monitor and stole a bag of dice. Go away.
He wants to play
Go
with
away.
them. I am trained in running and climbing. Which I feel like, given their proclivity towards primal play, might manifest itself physically and be more convincing.
Okay. What did you have impulse to add to this bargain?
Um,
This devil's bargain?
This devil's bargain that I'm
bargain
making. this absolute bullshit that I'm trying to spin. I am trained in running and climbing. And then healing, because aftercare is very important.
Aftercare.
Those are literally the 3 things that I'm trained in.
Joke is literally
Joke is
made
just
for
trained
this
in
job.
BDSM. Wait, hold on.
Hold on.
Wait.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
I've made a mistake. I need to change my descriptors.
No,
You're killing Morgan. Stop it. Stop it.
with BDSM flavor.
Oh, no. What have we done? What I was going to say was given the difference in their preferred looks, but given what Dr. Graves is wearing, I was thinking like the shot here is of Choke just like doing her thing, but just like Impulse like over the shoulder, just sort of looking back, like oh that one, and in some way assisting in this.
Okay, I see what we're going for here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do okay. Choke is definitely taking the lead here with this role. You have convinced me to apply your training here to this role. So this will be an intellect-based role because this is still charisma, persuasion, a little bit of wooing. So it's gonna be intellect based. You can apply. It's gonna be difficulty. It's not gonna be a high difficulty.
I wouldn't think so.
Just to get them to come over
Have
and
you seen
talk
those?
to you.
Come on.
We'll say a 3. So
Okay.
that'll reduce it to a 2. And then impulse you want to
Now
provide
my
an asset.
running and climbing are separate skills.
You know, you can't apply 2 skills to the same check. We'll say it's your climbing that gets you here.
It's
though.
the climbing?
Yeah,
Okay.
those big arms.
I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
picturing Choke like using the 0 gravity and parkouring around this club.
She's like going to get a drink, and she grabs onto the handles at the bar and stuff, and just like flexing as she does. She's like, I want one of those.
Right over there. So
Whatever works.
this is
You give a pep talk.
this is one of those instances where also Impulse is trained in all social interactions.
Mhm.
Like this is probably one of those like and all other social interactions that they would throw out there. But
Yeah, this right now is you providing an asset, or if you have anything to assist Choke with, since she's taking the lead on this role.
Which I super should not be doing.
No, you're the bait. You're
You're
good.
bait. We
If you don't
absolutely
have
should
anything,
do
then
it this
we'll-
way. You know what? I'll do the pep talk.
I assume you've been spending the last 10 minutes getting Choke psyched up
Like, ready
for
for this,
this. We don't have to play it out unless you have something you want to break off here.
Oh, just. I know sometimes I can come off as overly critical because I usually I have a vision, and sometimes it's really hard for me to detach myself from that. And I know you know this, and I appreciate that you work with me with that. This is going to be one of those instances where I don't have anything to say. I want you to be you. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go pick up a scientist.
Okay.
So that'll make it a 1. Go ahead and roll.
Do not have Intellect is the only thing I don't have edge in. I don't know if that makes a difference. I've forgotten all the rules. Okay. It's... Come on. 10.
Woo!
All right. That'll succeed. Klaxon and Clarity, you guys are watching this from your monitor, and you see Choke and Impulse kind of stopping for a moment in this pose, with like Impulse doing the over the shoulder, that one over there, kind of overtly gesturing towards the doctor, and Impulse just like one arm on the bar, just like a fucking serial killer from across the
I'm
bar,
Choke, but
staring
okay.
down. What'd I say?
You called me him. There are 2 impulses here.
Sorry. Choke. Looking like a
I want credit for looking like a murderer.
starts staring at Dr. Graves. And you see Dr. Graves like kind of looking over, catching their eye for a little bit and finishing up their conversation and beginning to slide over that way. And at that time, there's a knock at the door to your office, Clarity, and kind of peeking in through the doorway with a cup of noodles is Zane, who's just, hey, so what's going on?
What? Well. I mean, you can join us. If you want.
Sex
I don't
Club
know
Overwatch.
if you want to. Yeah. What Klaxon? It's for the mission.
Oh. Right. I mean, you do.
I'm not like weird or anything.
No. No,
Klaxon makes the wrinkled up face like, what? You're not weird?
No, I get it. It's for the mission. Yeah, I'll probably just hang out here and eat my. I'll record the next. Oh crap! What was there was Rock of Sock 11. What was the other one that we made up? Date or Fight.
Oh,
Yes.
Date or Fight. New Date or Fight's coming on, so I'll record it. And if you want to watch, and just kind of turns in quickly, like runs away.
Okay, bye.
And while we were there beforehand, Klaxon was calling out just like any other operation. Target acquired. Okay. Moving forward. Go. System now. Just kind of like calling the beats of the operation, just like any other mission we've had.
Clarity pouts.
I mean, it'll be better later, because then you can hang and no pressure.
I'd rather be watching Date or Fight.
I mean, unless you got to do something else, I can operate from here.
I should stay. It's fine.
You're a professional. And he goes to like clink centaurs with you. Cheers.
Zane goes to watch Rock and Sock'em or Date or Fight by himself in the other room, just like thinking about how awkward the exchange was, and you just see a long scene of like Zane not even looking at the TV, just like, what just happened? This is the entire episode. The two of you at the bar kind of hear someone clearing their throat as they move up over the sound of the music, and Dr. Graves approaches, just says, I don't believe I've seen either of you around here before.
And would that be our problem?
Not at all. I was concerned I'd been missing out. Dr. Weir Graves.
Impulse?
Chalk.
See, like, neither one of you go to, like, shake hands or anything, just, like, completely shutting them down. It says, right. Choke, is it? Are you from New London? New to the area?
Relatively new.
Right. Well, can I, offer either of you a drink?
Sure.
I don't know. Choke, tell him to get us a drink. Tell them.
Yeah. You're gonna buy us both drinks.
All right, I'm gonna have you guys roll now. Can't go through any more of this.
Yes!
Plus, I'm pretty sure that's all that needs to be done here.
That's all they needed. They're ready. Let's do this.
Shots fired. Operation go.
I'm gonna have Impulse roll this time because she can't take the lead there. So this is going to be another intellect roll. We'll say this is going to be at a 3.
Question. Can I
Yeah.
use terrifying presence, but sort of in the opposite of the way that it's intended?
Some people like that.
What's the terrifying presence?
You convince one intelligent target of level 3 or lower that you're its worst nightmare.
Okay, is this just something you spend points for?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah. You know what? No,
I
we're not
have-
gonna roll.
Everything
We'll
is
just do
coming
that.
to haunt you tonight, Val.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
think I can
Sorry.
help with this one.
No, that's enough.
I really don't think I have anything to.
I think
that I
I think
can
there's
spin.
a moment of like shift where like physically like looking at Choke, they were like, okay, like intense, and then there's just like this anime style aura that begins to exude off of Impulse,
Because what we're going for is she's in charge of Choke.
and realize like shit, what is she all about if this big beefy person does what they're told, and so I think kind of hesitates for a moment, seeming caught off guard, says, yes, right away. And
As soon as he
immediately
leaves, just like a choke. Got him.
Just like a fist bump. Like, yeah.
is the point here that you
Morgan,
are
I'm sorry.
here's what I want to know. I want to narratively kind of
Is this Morgan or is this Clarity right now? I can't tell.
It was yes, both.
Oh no. I'm sorry.
Morgan's face is how I feel. The two, okay, so is the purpose of this trying to get them to like invite you back to their place, or like try to go like leave the bar with you?
I think that's gonna have to be it, because of the nature of the club. I feel like it's a VR club, so I feel like it's kind of something you usually do on your own.
Yeah.
So yeah.
People mingle here, people leave the bar together, but there's not like
We're not
all the play
if
stuff is with
scenes
the
are
VR.
done in VR. Yes, that's all we need to say.
Okay. So I think just with that one interaction, that is all the fuel that I need to say. You watch from your Overwatch stuff in about 10 minutes or so. Over the course of the next 10 minutes, from our Overwatch perspective, Dr. Weir comes back, there's a little bit of talk and posturing and choke flexing, and you watch as the three of them begin to leave towards the doors of the club together. And imagine some sort of like confirmation from like choke or impulse on the other side of like Eagle, we are go, or something.
Target acquired. Mission go. Mission go.
The doctor is in.
And nice.
And you leave with the
Wonder
with
what
Dr.
person I should
Weird,
leave now.
with Dr. Graves, heading back to their estate. And that is all of this that I can take for today. I
Sorry,
cannot
I'm still
say
laughing
another
about
word.
the doctor is in.
I know. I can't do any more of that
Don't
conversation.
remember how we got here. How did we get here?
You wanted to use their dating life as an
They
in.
have-
Clarity!
Yeah,
Dating profile.
yeah, Clarity did this.
And I don't know why this
so
is where I went with it.
proud.
I was like, I want something different.
As soon as I said it, I was like, this is gonna turn into a BDSM thing, isn't
Did
it?
I immediately regret everything.
Well, because I set it up, I was like, they don't have any exes, they're not married, they don't date. Okay, so they're not like dating. Oh god.
Oh no.
Not saying that's not the only options.
No.
But
No,
those were
this
two
club
options
sounds
that I could've
rad.
gone, and one of
yeah.
them was going to give you something, and the other was just gonna like end it, be like, nope, they're ace, they're not interested in it, and that wouldn't have helped set up this super uncomfortable scene for everyone involved.
I was not uncomfortable at any point.
No.
Oh no, I was having the having to portray the character that the two of you were staring down. I could not do another second more of that conversation.
We're just very intimidating.
Extremely.
very intimidating.
So I know we haven't done this in a long time, but can this be called Operation House Call?
Yes.
Yes.
Q Miami CSI.
Yep. Operation House Call.
Oh my god.
Ba, ba-na, ba.
Oh god. All right. So we will pick up next week with the house call.
That's where you want to start an
We want to
episode.
start us there.
Well, because I'm assuming you guys are just gonna like once you have them. Please tell me you guys are going to do a lot of lead up to this, and I'm gonna have to get into some sort of situation. It's like, all right, they're tied down.
So what you're saying is pre-show shots next Friday. That's just
My
line-
assumption here is that I am
line
safe.
them up.
I feel like I'm safe to assume that you guys are going to jump them in the way that I intend that word to be used, as you have people before in the car or once you get back to the house, and this isn't going to be a long, uncomfortable scene for me.
Again, I really think you need to continue to
Not if you're uncomfortable with it.
No.
I assume your cover is blown after as soon as you're alone.
Yeah, I can't even. Blown? Really?
Can we stop?
You said it.
We've been doing wholesome Humblewood roleplay for a week now.
I think that's what's fueling this.
Just get it
It's
all
been
out.
too wholesome. So me and
Well-
Sid got to Friday and we're like, BDSM club, you say?
Okay, well, next week, all the warnings are trapped. Thank you. Sure. Luckily, we'll be coming off of an elegant suffering next week, so hopefully
we'll vent.
we'll have
We will vent.
gotten
It'll be
everything out
great.
before then. And we can leave this hell dimension I've put myself in.
Because if we don't, we are going to actually kill Val and Morgan. So
Yeah. Again, I am not trying to say anyone that does this should be embarrassed. It is something I am uncomfortable talking about on stream, and I don't know why I did this to myself.
I will say, you did.
I did this to myself. Yes.
You made the club this.
With Morgan's help, this has been done.
Val and Morgan did this.
Alan Morgan did this.
The two people who are most uncomfortable. Situation.
The two of you were like, oh, let's look at their dating profiles. Oh, now I have to come up with this club. Okay, yes, it is a fully VR BDSM club. And then you set me and GB and Sid loose in it.
And
So if you wanted to have a moral about the consequences of your actions,
Yep.
I think this is it.
Thank you. So tune in next week to see the conclusion of this. And yeah, let's do our end of session question. I just want to confirm with everyone whether they feel like they've taken steps towards their personal arc. I'd get a fervent head shaking from.
I don't think this brought me any closer to Shadow.
No.
I would like
only
to.
that these steps were going toward like taking down.
I feel like this is very, very, very tangentially related to taking
This
down
I
Shadow.
would not put this as a direct step towards taking down Shadow or taking down the corpse.
But-
is
I'm gonna pause.
I'm gonna have I have to mute myself before I say something.
I'm gonna posit into this existence that this is a step for choke
for choke.
healing.
I was actually also gonna say that.
Okay.
I mean, she's feeling
So-
good. She got out there into an interesting situation where
She
she
was
could be
told to
herself.
Just be yourself.
So
Yeah, one of mine is literally you take care of your own needs.
Okay, so we're going into a little Marvin Gaye sexual healing
no.
for this.
No, but like she's in
Self-esteem.
self-esteem,
She's
yeah.
back
Herself. She
out
feel
in the
good.
field.
Yeah.
And feeling good about herself.
Impulse,
Very positive.
the literal
I agree.
sexiest person of all time, was like, "You're the perfect person for this."
I would agree with that. Okay, so Choke has taken steps to that, which means Klaxon has as well. The two of you
Yeah.
gain 2 XP.
For Savvy, one of my steps is literally climax. And I'm done.
Is it because I was sitting here muted, screaming, "Say it, say it, say
That
it"?
might have been a factor. Yes. Yes.
Oh man,
Oh man, you guys.
what a time for a raid!
Oh, no.
everyone.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Honestly, better that they come in now than 10 minutes
Hello.
ago
10
when
minutes
we
ago would
were
have been
No!
No, honestly, it could have been
we
the
were
worst.
full on
Or
BDSM.
the best.
Oh,
Thank you
yeah.
for the raid, critical misses.
for the raid.
We're getting ready to end, but we're
Normally
We spent
during
the
boy.
last,
the
hey, we spent the last hour in a sex club, and we have mixed feelings about it.
some of us
Out of
have mixed
character.
feelings about it. Hello, hi Tom. Hello, hi Anna. Hello, all my friends
And-
in the chat. You have just shown up to see
normally
me
when
be very
normally
sex
when-
positive.
normally when someone raids, I hold up a shield and an axe, and I will save you guys from holding up a shield and you know.
Mm-mm. Do not get us banned. We
No.
did so well tonight.
We've done very well at skirting this line. But yeah, unfortunately, we are ending the session here right now. So, like I was saying before, we'll be back in a week to conclude this thrilling installment of Neon Souls.
But thank you so much. We
and,
love you all.
continue this job. Yeah, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much to everyone out there for watching.
Can I-
Did we get a frequent patron card?
I was about to say, can I real quick? Yeah. So,
We
Flounder
did.
12 says, did you at least get some stamps for a frequent patron card? We did have our hacker hack into the system of the BDSM club, and now two of us have
Exclusive.
lifetime memberships.
Lifetime membership? Exclusive?
The very exclusive, very expensive
Yeah.
BDSM club.
So join us for the future
feels like a
Neon
win.
Souls After Dark, which will be just GB, Savannah, and Sid doing whatever.
starting my own show.
Yeah. So anyway, tomorrow, if you are inclined to join us at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, we will be playing some Overarms, which is a new system by Rookie Jet Studios, kind of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure inspired shenanigans. Sid is there, Savannah's there, as well as RJ and Wings, I heard Danae Keener. And it's a lot of fun. So join us at 7. Otherwise, our schedule this next week is going to be pretty much the same. We've got some Monster of the Week on Sunday. We're going to have Land of Eam, a new game that's actually in beta right now. On Tuesday, Savannah's going to be running it. On Thursday,
I
we're
run
going to
both
have
of those.
Good Society,
It's
which
Society
Sid
Week.
runs.
Yay.
Follow our full schedule below our faces. If you're watching us live on Twitch, if you're watching us on YouTube, head over to our Twitch page and you can see everything that we've got going on at this point in the future. And yeah, she does run so many games. That she do. Anyone have anything they want to plug or promote
Actually,
before we get going?
do want to plug a couple of things. So for the next, I think we have 2 more sessions of it on Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Val, I'm trying to point in the right direction. Val and I are on twitch.tv/LBHack'emUp playing Monster of the Week, the literal first time I've ever been able to play it instead of running it. It's wonderful. I play a monstrous and she's a dryad with a big sword, and Val plays the pararomantic who is in love with me, and it's so cute. It's coming out on Wednesday. On Monday, for the next few weeks, at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I am on twitch.tv/Colonomicon. That's like the Necronomicon, but put my friend Colin in it. We are doing a mini series of A State, which is a like cyber Victoriana setting. I just pitch it to people as like, if you like Dishonored or things like that, you'll like this game. So come hang out with the troublemakers of Meyer End. Mondays for the next few weeks at 7 p.m.
I actually have something to announce too. I'll be
Oh, yeah.
doing a one-shot over on Stella Luna next Saturday, the 13th. I also get to play Good Society. Yay! I'm so excited. So that's going to be at 2 o'clock Eastern on Stella Luna. Yeah, I'm playing the hedonist from the wrong side of the tracks.
Surprising no one.
Excited. None at all.
Nope.
I'm very excited. So you're welcome to come and see that. That's being run by the lady Mia. It's going to be fantastic. So super excited. Come check that out.
And if you do want to see riding crops and cat nine tails, stop by Sunday morning where I play with all the toys on my channel, because it's my channel. And if they're unbanned
Jimmy don't
and
care.
thrown out,
Jimmy
Jimmy don't.
want on their channel.
That's right. 10,
Jimmy's like
10
Honey Badger. Don't
that's
give a
right.
fuck.
10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right now we're playing Grifflands, so it's more sci-fi than my fun, medieval-y toys. But we'll get there. That's it for me. GB?
Wonderful. If that is it, I would love to stop talking.
Follow
so-
Morgan on Instagram because her cosplays are literally the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Amazing.
Thank you.
I'll promote you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate all my players for being here. I appreciate them for not making jokes when I asked them if they wanted to plug anything. And I will see all of you this time, same place next week. Until next time, good game and good night, Internet.